For them, it was like a Sunday morning. And they would make their way from hundreds of miles, journey in caravans to go to Passover, to Pentecost, to the Feast of Tabernacle, there to worship God, there to assemble with other Jews with like faith and that were compassionate about their relationship with God. And if you really go back and study them and see some of the changes and some of the efforts they would have to put forth. And you know, we really don't have to go back that far because we haven't always had automobiles. There was a time if you wanted to worship, the church house wasn't always right down the street. Mm-hmm. There was a time, and it depends on where you are. I was recently talking to a brother, and he was telling me, he said, you know, Brother Drummer, people take so much for granted. Mm-hmm. He said, when I was growing up, you had a pair of pants, no shoes. And if you were going to go to worship, you had to leave early because you had a 15 to 20 mile walk. And he said during the rainy season, since the roads were not paved, you would be walking along and cars would come by and splash mud all on you and you just keep walking to church anyway. And when you get there, after walking 15 to 20 miles, how would you feel if somebody stood up and preached for 15, 20 minutes, then sat down, and you turn around and walk back? See, listen, let me tell you something. I understand sometimes why we think the way we think. It's because of current situations and conditions. We take so much for granted in life now. We believe in comfort and convenience now. Don't do anything to cause me to be uncomfortable, and I don't want to be inconvenienced. Let this be as easy and as soothing as possible for me. I don't want to sweat. I don't want to hurt. They could get some cushion on them pews, sitting there on that hard pew for an hour. That doesn't make any sense. You know, we have it so good now.
Amen.
I travel 15 to 20 to 30 miles walking on a dirt road in the rain. Number one, you can rest assured, I want to hear a word from the Lord.
Amen.
I knew before I left going out the house, I was going to hear a word from the Lord. And you can rest assured, I want to hear more than 15 to 20 minutes of preaching. Sometimes he's just trying to justify his long sermon. I thought you knew he's better than that by now. He ain't trying to justify now. He don't need to justify. I'm just trying to make a point to you that we take things for granted nowadays in time. And really, when we leave earth and get to eternity, guess what we're going to be doing all day, every day? Guess what heaven is all about?
Amen.
It's all about people being excited about the opportunity to worship God every day, all day. To worship God. That's all that's going to be going on. It ain't going to be no whole lot of eating hamburgers and french fries in heaven.
Right.
We're not going up there to go to bed and sleep all day. We're going to worship God and worship around the throne of God all day long. And you know, sometimes we have to prepare ourselves before we get there.
Amen.